Thank you for joining United Comic Universe live show. I am Fenrir Moon. How you doing? I know I'm supposed to upload a video every Wednesday, but my system's acting up right now. So only thing I can do right now is a live stream. So that's the reason why I'm live streaming. If I can give you guys a video, it's a video to watch. Now, today we'll be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show on Disney Plus, and maybe some more if topic come up, we feel like doing it, So, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. A few things I want to talk about. I think the show is actually going to be great. I think they'll focus where it's looking now. They focus on who's going to be the new Cap. They said that the U.S. agent John Walker, he's actually going to be the new Cap. He's going to actually take the Soldier Super Serum and become Captain America. But people saying something, I heard about people saying that it might be under mind control. Now, by them saying that, I'm thinking what's possibly going to happen, that Zemo, he going to actually be able to actually tamper with the serum, because they also said that it's some words that no one know about it. But we do know that Zemo had the book. So the book of the mind control book with the words that control Bucky. So I'm thinking that Zemo might know that, because they say he'd been tied up, he'd been locked up, and he had valuable information. So by him having valuable information, he might know a little bit about that secret mind control word. And I don't know why Bucky would tell Sam, if this is true at all, because this is all speculation here. I don't know why Bucky would tell Sam not to take the serum. I mean, unless he knows something with that type of serum, the super soldier serum, that if he take that, he will be on a mind control. Because it's a possibility the serum that Bucky have, they might get into this, the serum that Bucky have, that serum that he get might be a mind control serum. I'm not sure, because when they did it with Captain America, it wasn't under mind control serum. But when Bucky became Winter Soldier, he was under mind control. Yes, he could have been under mind control before he got to the serum, but we don't know that. And judging by what things are being said, that's the reason why he don't want Sam to take the serum, because there's a possibility he might be put under mind control, if I'm understanding everything correctly. And so therefore Bucky might know something about the serum, that type of serum might have some kind of mind control in it, because you realize that it was other Winter Soldiers after Bucky. So Bucky actually was there to watch that whole process go through. So by Bucky was able to watch that whole, he was under mind control, but he also said in Civil War that he was aware of everything what was going on, even if he was under mind control. Everybody that he took out, he remembered all of those, because Tony Stark asked Bucky in the Winter Soldier, Captain Civil War, Captain America Civil War, that do he even remember his parents? Because Bucky took out Tony Stark's parents, and Tony asked him, do he remember his parents? And Bucky said, I remember all of them. So he had a mindset. So he had to watch when all those other Winter Soldiers been transformed into Winter Soldiers. So he very well might know what type of serum they got. He might have heard what type of serum they got, and he might say, well, that's not a good serum to take, because if you take that, you'll be on mind control. So I'm guessing Zemo, he probably did something. I'm guessing at this point in time, whatever. Okay, last we knew in Civil War, he was locked up with S.H.I.E.L.D. But, S.H.I.E.L.D. got taken down when they found out that Hydra infiltrated him and everything like that. So I'm guessing that that's how it's going to be, because Bucky already know about the serum. Bucky already know that it might possibly be a mind control. And one thing I want to also point out too, I know a lot of people is not really saying too much of this. They saying Cap is back and they going towards John Walker as the Patriot. Okay, so if Patriot takes the serum and he become the new Captain America and he get mind control, and Zemo, that's one of the main things he tried to do. He tried to do mind control, and he still have a grudge against the Avengers. Far as I know, even when T'Challa choked him out and turned him in and everything like that, he never said that he don't have no grudges against the Avengers anymore. So I'm guessing he still have a grudge against Avengers. But what the best way out to fight against Avengers if you have your own super soldier? That's why you try to get Bucky, but Bucky was nowhere near skilled as Captain America. I mean, because Captain America's on that point. So let me get back to this part right here. I know I was going to this, but I want to make sure I say this part right here before I forget. Who is training Sam to throw the shield? I know a lot of people speculating that it might be U.S. agent, the Patriot. He might be the one training Sam, but it doesn't make any sense. Simply because Captain America, the old Cap, is still around. And then you got to realize that also the story was said that they're not going to give the shield to what up? I'm True Skill. What's up, man? How's it going? Glad you was able to make the chat. So basically what I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier show. What I think is going to actually, if you have anything what you think going to be in the show, just throw it in there and we'll discuss it. I'm thinking what's going to be in this show, because right then before you came in, I was talking about Falcon, Sam. You see in the trailer that he's throwing the shield, right? But who is training Sam with the shield? And there's a lot of people, speculation going around that they're saying that the Patriot is going to be the one going to actually train Sam with the shield. But it doesn't make any sense, simply because they said to me, for right now, it doesn't make any sense, because they said right now that Sam cannot be forced, like the rumors when he, like from 4chan, when he actually saw the episode, he said I always take it as a grain of salt, but there's a lot of things he actually predicting that actually coming true, that Sam is not going to be allowed to actually be the Captain America. I think the Black Captain America would be on the show. That'll be awesome. I mean, that do make a good point there on Iron True Skills, because there is been a lot of diversity, and then there's a lot of saying going around that the Black Captain America possibly would become the new Captain America. That is pretty. That'll be actually pretty dope. That'll be pretty dope. But because he's not allowed to actually become Captain America because of the Civil War incident, right? And we know the USA, the Patriot, is with the government, with the government and Ross and everything. We know he's part of that. And far as my understanding, the reason they look like they're in Georgia. They was filming in Georgia, but they're in the South area. So what I'm thinking that Bucky and Sam might be on a hideout, because I don't think people still forgave them, possibly since they taken place after. I think they look like they're taking place after Civil War within that. So people still really don't trust Falcon right there. Apparently the government don't trust Falcon, but they trust the Patriot, and the Patriot is part of that. So how the Patriot going to train Sam in the shield, and the government is after Sam because the incident they did with Captain Civil War, if I'm understanding everything correctly. So I'm thinking who is actually training Sam on the shield is old Cap, because nobody's not talking about the old Cap. The old Cap is not dead. The old Cap can show up at any time, and then I want to say this, but I'm actually going to make a video. I'm not going to get up. I'm going to make a video. Think about this. I'm True Skill. Is Falcon and Winter Soldier still on the same timeline? But check this out. You remember when the old Cap came back from the timeline, right? Where's the shield? Well, how he get the shield? How do he get the shield? Because if he went back in that other reality, what happened to the other Captain America in that time zone? Because apparently that Captain America, they should have a Captain America in that time, unless they pull something like this. I'm not really sure. Unless they pull something, he went back before Captain America was created, but it still won't make any sense because he had to actually come out. What if Taskmaster show him? It's a possibility that Taskmaster could show Bucky how to actually throw the shield, but I don't know. I really don't know, because I don't know if Taskmaster is actually going to be taken out in the Black Widow movie, or is Taskmaster actually going to be turned to a good guy at the end of the movie? Now, if he turned out to be a good guy at the end of the movie, Black Widow, and he changed the way, that's just a good possibility that Taskmaster might be in there to want to be training Sam. But the logical sense would have old Cap train him, you know, because Cap probably can't throw the shield like he used to, but he can show him how to throw it. Because I don't think it's going to be the Patriot going to show not Bucky, but Sam throwing the shield. I don't think that it won't really, to me, it really won't make sense, because this is the Patriot. He won't be able to throw the shield like Captain would be, unless, like you were saying, Taskmaster was able to, they actually be able to do something with Taskmaster and bring him into it. Then that would make more sense, because Taskmaster, like you were saying before, that he have like his armor, he can actually mimic people's skills. So he would, and then like that, like in Black Widow, when he actually tapped on the shield and the shield flew on his arm, he did it just like Cap. So that is a good possibility, but that is a good theory that you have there, I'm True Skill. But we just got to wait and see how everything play out when Black Widow come out. And if it's flowing that way, that was a good call. If it flowed that way, Taskmaster ended up showing him how to do the shit. That was a great call. I'm True Skill. The Taskmaster show US agent how to throw the shield in the comics. Oh, okay, he did it. I didn't know that information. That's pretty good. So yeah, it's a possibility then. If they going with that comic part, it's a possibility that the U.S. agent might show Sam how to do it. But I don't. The reason why, only thing about that is the I'm thinking Bucky and Sam might be still like kind of on the run, not trying to actually go. I still think the government haven't forgave them, no matter what they did. Because even when Thanos did that snap, 5 years went by. And then when they brought everybody back, everybody's still stuck in that 5 years before all this happened. So they still might have harsh feelings for the Avengers. They still might have harsh feelings for the Avengers. And that's probably why that the U.S. agent not a part of Sam and Bucky. He actually might be coming for Bucky and them. But I also heard, I think the guy from Den of the Nerds, he also said that he saw some footage and it looked like the Patriot and Bucky is actually working together. But check this out. If Bucky still can be under control, because they also said there's cap time for training. Yeah, they can still travel through time. They might have to. Yeah, true. It might, because they still can travel through time. They still can travel through time, but can they though? I mean, because the machine was destroyed in Endgame. And the only person, well, they got Shuri, because Shuri's a lot more better genius than Tony Stark. And then they got Rocket. Rocket's pretty much a genius too. So it's a possibility they still, and then the time no, they don't have the time gem no more. But do you hear about what they said about the time gems, like the Infinity Gems? They said the Infinity Gems is not gone. They just reduced down to atoms. I don't know if I told you that before, but he said that it reduced down to atoms. So it's a possibility that the Infinity Gems might come back. I don't know. It's a lot of basically it's a lot of unanswered questions in the MCU that doesn't make any sense to me. But because for one, let me I know I'm talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but you know how we do in the live chat. You know how we do in the live chat. We talk about whatever. But one thing I wanted to point out to you, if you ever seen, most likely you did, Ant-Man and Wasp, right? Now, when Hope Mother was in the quantum zone, right? She was there for 24 years, correct? And then when she came out of the quantum zone, she was an old looking lady. She was the same looking age as her husband was, Hank. Now, in Endgame, Scott, he was trapped. And at the end of Infinity War, he was trapped in the quantum zone. And then when he came out of the quantum zone, which we still don't know how he was able, unless I missed it in the movie when he explained how he was able to come out of the quantum zone, that is still accounted for. That like nobody still don't know how he was able to actually come out of the quantum zone. Because the way they were saying, if you stuck in the quantum zone, you stuck there. And they didn't have like Hank Pym and all of them, they was gone. So how are they supposed to get him out? But he was able to get out. I don't know how he was able to get out. I'd love to know that information. But when he came out of the quantum zone, 5 years passed, correct? He said he spent in there five hours, right? He spent in there 5 hours. So technically, Hope Mother should have pretty much spent in there for 24 hours. She should have been in for 24 hours. She shouldn't have been in there the whole 24-hour years, because it don't make no sense. Because if that's the case, Scott Lang would have actually aged 5 years, but he didn't. He only been in for 5 hours. That's why he didn't know. Because he was in there, but that's why everything was so. He didn't realize how everything's changed, how his daughter grew up and everything, because it was just 5 hours. So that is a question I love for. If you hear me, Kevin Feige, if this ever get to you, that's a question I'd like to hear. An answer to that question I'd like to know. They did use the time gem. They used the Pym portion to travel. Hank Pym can make more. Thanks. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They can make more. That's right, because Hank Pym, they went back in time to get those particles, and then Hank Pym is back now, so that they would be able to go back in time. Good one, man. I didn't even think about that. That's why I love these chats, man. I love talking to everyone, because you find out, things that you forgot. You can, you hook us up and then we're like, oh yeah, you're right, so that's pretty dope. So yeah, they would be able to go back in time. Now, for us, like, I'm just hoping that old Cap show up in there. What do you think? Now, I think that Bucky arm, I think that, and they call him the White Wolf. I think it's some kind of White Wolf armor in his arm, or some kind of. That's what I think. Because think about it, you got Shuri, how she did with T'Challa Black Panther suit, and Shuri, she gonna hook him up. She ain't gonna actually just let him. This Shuri here, she take mad proudness into her gadget she build. Everybody gonna expect that. He already got a vibranium arm. What can he do? Can he actually, is they gonna actually show him that he can actually shoot like post charges, like how you say, magnetic energy off, like T'Challa did, or like how when Claw had that arm and he was able to open up the gun, open up his hand and shoot that gun? Would the arm be able to do that? Or would the arm, I'm thinking it's gonna be a suit. It could be, that would be cool, man. That would be cool, because I know what Marvel HQ on YouTube just released a Black Panther show called Black Panther versus the White Wolf. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna check it out, and that would be cool. I would love to see him have like a White Wolf armor, but I know they're gonna actually do something with White Wolf, because the guy that played, I think Sebastian, played Bucky. He actually made a tweet a while back, like his code name was White Wolf. like T'Challa. They were saying about how T'Challa called him the White Wolf and everything, like Shuri called him the White Wolf and everything. So I'm guessing that's going to be a play on that. It's a play on what they're actually going to bring to the Falcon and Winter Soldier, because let's face it, they will literally have to make these episodes bomb, like boom. I mean, they can't come with no little weak episodes. They can't come with it. They have to actually come with it hard, because if they don't come with it hard, people is literally gonna be pissed. I know I am. You are. Everybody gonna be pissed about it, because they should capitalize on that. Now, also I want to say this: Henry Cavill. I know a lot of people are tripping about. Hold on. I would love to see Bucky put on his Cap uniform from the comics. Yeah, I would love to see that. See, that's why I'm hoping. See, it's a lot of things that they could do with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I just hope they actually do it. You know, I mean, they don't have to do the whole thing in like the first six episodes. But what up? What up, Tom? Hey, Tom. I tried emailing you back, but it won't let me email you back. I told my godmother, can you email me more details about your picture? Because I already let her know, and she would just want to know if any more details what you want in your picture, before she can see what she need to do and whatnot. Then I can let you know what's up. Because I did try to email you back, and it won't let me go through. So but yeah, they have so much they could do with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know, I would love to see Falcon, Sam in his uniform, like that Captain America uniform, and the one you saying with Bucky. I love to see that. You know, but like I'm saying, it got 6 episodes. I got your email the other day. All right, cool. Appreciate that, man. So just shoot it to me. I got you. So I would love for them to do that. I would love for them to actually show Sam doing the Captain America shield throw, and I love it. It would be really dope if they actually have Sam flying through the air when he's like his Falcon suit, and he's just throwing the shield at people down below, like showing like how skillful he could be by flying. Because look how they can do that. Because look how Captain America did with Mutineer, how he was fighting with the Mutineer and shield. That was just awesome in Endgame. So I love to see some kind of feel like that with that type of fight scene with Sam when his full Falcon gear and the shield, and he fighting and he flying around throwing that shield. Then he make Red Wing come out. That'll be an epic fight scene, you know. What you think? Do you think since I think they'll probably show more shield. I think they'll like leaning more towards shield. I think they kind of like because it's still doing kind of like around like Civil War times. So maybe they get more into shield. Maybe they'll talk more about shield. Maybe they'll talk more about strike. Maybe they'll talk more about Wand, because Wand is almost like an agency. Is an agency just like shield, but they do it more with like supernatural type things. So that's the reason why I wonder if they're gonna actually bring Wand in there. Oh, let me see what you got. They have a big budget with these shows. Yeah, they do. They have a huge big budget. I mean, I don't know how huge, but they have a big budget. So it basically would be actually looking like we're watching a movie on like television. That is dope to me, you know, because they get to put the same amount of budget that they would put in the movies in these episodes. That is just brilliant to me. I love the way they do that because it'd be more entertaining. You know, so, and it won't be like cut, you know, like some shows supposed to be based off movies and they don't get that much budget, and then all of a sudden the show sucks because they're not really feeling it, because the show is not living up to what it's supposed to live up to, you know. But I don't think Kevin Feige gonna do that. That's why I wasn't like really concerned when Bob Iger, when he stepped down as CEO. That's why I really wasn't concerned, because well, I guess he would be the captain of Marvel, but because Kevin Feige, he was still there. And what's his name? Bob Iger, he just stepped down to be executive chairman, and he being in like the creativity part of Marvel. I just hope that they don't I just hope they let Kevin Feige do his job. That's what I'm hoping. I'm just hoping they let Kevin Feige do a job. I hope they don't come in and like this new CEO hoping on what because Bob Iger, he's still over Kevin, and Bob Chapek, he's over Kevin. I hope they just let him do his job. But I am kind of worried about Marvel at this point. It's simply because the casting choices. I mean, like the casting choices, they too busy trying to cast all these A-listers. I don't care. I like you probably feel the same way I'm feeling. I'm True Steele and Tom. I'm not really caring about all these A-listers. People is not going to these movie theaters for these A-listers. They going to these movie theaters, these Marvel movies, to actually see their favorite characters. You know, like people love Falcon. People go there to just watch Falcon. People love Bucky. People go there to watch Bucky. People love Iron Man. They go there and watch Iron Man. They're not going there to watch Robert Downey Jr. I mean, a lot of people could care less because they're not there to watch him. I mean, don't get me wrong, he played a great Tony Stark. What's his name? Anthony, he played a great Matt. I mean, he played a great Sam. When's the show going to air? I believe it's going to actually air in August of this year. But let me double check for you. I think it's going to be August, but they haven't give you like the how you say the day in August. It just said it was August, but I'm checking to make sure. I don't want to give you the wrong information and you think it's that, because I looked it up before. I just can't remember exactly. So I'm thinking it's actually excuse me. I think it's actually in August, but hold on. Yeah. So they're saying that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is scheduled to premiere in August 2020 and will consist of 6 episodes. So, okay. That's when it actually supposed to be airing. And the budget, I'm looking while I'm right here. I can tell you the budget for this show here is $150 million budget. So, yeah, that is crazy good. That's crazy good to me, you know, but wow. And they say also, they were saying that Agent 13, which is Sharon Carter, Peggy Carter, I think niece, they saying that she will be having some kind of relationship, according to a 4chan, when he said he saw the first episode, that they posted Bucky and Agent 13 supposed to have some kind of romantic relationship. But what's his name? Sam was making fun of him. He was like, dude, Steve dated her like that don't make no sense. Why would we say Steve dated her like 70 years ago? He didn't date Sharon Carter like 70 years ago because Sharon Carter wasn't alive then. I must be something doing with Peggy Carter going to be in there. It don't make no sense to me why that would be said that way. You know, why 100 million for a show? Yeah, and that's not the first show I ever heard, but I actually think these shows actually going to survive. It was like Terra Nova. That's like a dinosaur show that Steven Spielberg did years ago. That had like a big budget. Each episode, not big as this one though, not big as this one, because that show was actually like I think $1.5 million episode, and it was a good show, but the ratings wasn't good enough to keep it there. But we talking about Marvel right here, so we know good and well these shows won't be acceptable because you know Kevin is not going to do that. But do you know what Kevin does? Kevin got it locked down. Kevin Feige got it locked down. So what he does that some, you know how like when some movie they don't shot the whole movie and then the producer and the head person going there and watch the movie and then they say they got to go do reshoots because something they didn't like. Well, Kevin Feige killed all that nonsense. What he do, they have to when they say like they filming the show, they film a little bit of the show, a certain amount of the show. They literally have to stop shooting the show and actually go ask Kevin Feige and Kevin Feige have to actually look at it and see if it's acceptable. And then if it's not acceptable, they go do reshoot then and there. So that is pretty much really tight because Kevin Feige actually said that in an interview. He was saying that Oh, you remember and the very first Avengers, the very first Avengers, and they was actually shooting the shawarma scene. That right there was actually a last minute thing, what Kevin Feige was saying. And I forgot who, I think it was Josh. He was director of the original one. I can't remember. Hey, I got it right here. Let me check. But he basically was saying, I really wanted to shoot that shawarma scene. And they found a shawarma shop, I think it was shop over there in New York where they was at, and they shot it there. They shot it that day, and they was actually in what Kevin Feige was saying, that they was actually taking that footage they were shooting and put it into a van, like right around the corner, and editing everything right then and there before that. So by him saying that, that was pretty dope. That mean that's probably why. I mean, it's a lot of unanswered. A lot of things don't make sense in the script, but it's probably why a lot of the movie, that's probably why that's long spans of movies was so successful, because they didn't wait till the movie come out like Justice League, and then a lot of people start complaining about it. Actually, I watched Justice League again. That was actually pretty good, you know. But you know, they didn't have to wait until the movie come out and hear fans say, I didn't like this part, I didn't like this part. They should have took this part out. They should have added this, because they already thinking of that type of process. And they don't have to wait for go back and do reshoots. Now, they did do reshoots in Avengers Endgame. They did do reshoots in that. I guess because they decided to change the story at the very last minute. And that's when they had to do reshoots when Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. had, when he did like I Am Iron Man. So they had to actually reshoot that. But they had a hard time. They had a hard time getting them back. What the director was saying. I don't know if I told you that before, but they had a hard time. Yeah, it was Josh Whedon. Josh, pretty much. He the one directed the first Avengers. That's probably why it was so good. And like I said this before, I think he was actually going with a good concept, the way he was flowing with things. I think he was literally going to actually bring in Lady Death and everything, because if you actually look back at the old Avengers, even the because the original Thanos, when they first showed original Thanos, it wasn't Josh Brolin, it was someone else. I can't remember his name, but he used to be a stunt man, and he was the first Thanos. But they decided to go with I guess when Josh left, they decided to go with Josh Brolin. But I do know that Falcon and the Winter Soldier are going to be really excellent. Hopefully they don't mess anything up. But do you think, I actually think that we might see Phil Coulson in there? I'm not really sure. But I do, one of the scenes, I think they was at some kind of hospital. They might, you know, when Bucky and Sam was talking in the hallway, and Bucky said something to Sam and he walked away. Now that could be for many things. That could actually be they could be actually be in a hospital. They could actually not trying to actually, when Zemo, because they actually said that Zemo sent that came to Bucky and them and asked him for help because Omega Red supposed to be popping up. Now, Omega Red is, of course, it's a mutant. Everybody know Omega Red is a mutant, but did you know that he have clones? He have 3 clones. I forgot to put it in the video, but he actually have a Omega Black, a Black Omega. She's a female. She basically she don't have the same powers as Omega Red, but she have some kind of, I think, like some tendrils that she can like inject you with like different diseases, like cancer, for instance. So that'll be tight if they actually bring that in there. But one thing, Denzel Nurse was saying that they supposedly Bucky, Sam, and Zemo supposed to go to, I think, Madripoor, and that's when they're supposed to meet. I think it's a Batroc, the Leaper, and Mega Red in there. Now, in the original comic book, when Omega Red first appears, he was it was mutants in there, but Omega Red hates Wolverine. And therefore, I'm thinking possibility, if Omega Red showing there, it's a possibility, but at least not in this season, but it probably be in the next season or season after that, that Wolverine might pop up, because Omega Red, that's all he want to kill. He want to go after Wolverine. He want to kill Wolverine. And I know they had talks about recently that what's his name? Hugh Jackman might be coming back, and then this big rumor they said turned out to be not true that Henry Cavill might be playing Wolverine. Now they throwing these different ideas out there to us to see how we react to that. I think he would have been a great Wolverine, but I think who I think will be a better Wolverine than he will be will actually be Carl Urban. I think he'll play a great Wolverine, but a lot of people they saying nah they don't want it because he's saying that Henry Cavill he still want to play Superman. Why can't he play Superman and why can't he play Wolverine? But they did an art saying that they did an art by him on Henry Cavill playing Hercules. That'll be tight. I don't care what Henry Cavill play. The guy's a phenomenal actor. I mean, the way he did Witcher was phenomenal, and what he did with Superman was phenomenal. Only person that he didn't top to me was Christopher Reeves, but he is up there. He is up there for us, like movie wise. He is up there. He was really now. When I actually saw him play Superman, I actually believed that he was Superman. When I saw him play Witcher, I actually believed that he was the Witcher. Now every word. I mean, the first time I really saw him was in Tutors. When with King Henry VIII and all them like that, he was like King Henry VIII, one of his like dukes or something like that, and he played a pretty good job. I mean, he played an uncle. He played a good job too. So I mean, what I'm saying is like, it's so many rumors going around like that, and I'm thinking that they just throwing these different rumors out there for us to actually see how we gonna react to that. And that chick that I can't remember her name that supposed to be playing She-Hulk, and they saying that they want someone similar to She-Hulk. I mean, not someone similar to her acting performance to play She-Hulk. Me personally, I think that's all just a big publicity stunt. I actually feel to me the way Marvel does things. I think that I think she's actually cast because it don't make any sense for the logical thinking of it. You want someone, unless you really don't want to play that role, you want someone similar, her acting, her characteristics to play She-Hulk. But you got her right there. So why would you cast anyone else? And she have the prime. She is the person that you basing the She-Hulk off of. Of course she might. Of course I'm thinking that she actually is cast for She-Hulk. You know. And they was talking about Wolverine. Oh, it said something about what Zach Efron? I think Zach Efron on play Moon Knight. I don't understand that because the acting I've seen him that he's not. I don't think he'd be able to pull Moon Knight off. But I would throw him with someone else. I thought they was casting him for Wolverine, but that's when I realized he was for Moon Knight. So forget that. I don't know who they're gonna actually bring in the cast as Wolverine. They shot out Henry Cavill. A lot of people saying no, but they saying he will kill it. So it's a lot of mixed and good and bad reviews with that. But I actually think that he probably is coming to Marvel, and if he's not gonna play Wolverine, it's a possibility that he actually might play Hercules, because I know they're supposed to be bringing out Hercules. And also they're making Hercules in the MCU gay. So, you know, and they going heavy in that type of diversity with it, because one of the guys at the Kevin Feige was at one of film schools interviews, and this guy came up. He's saying, is it going to be some like transgender characters in the Marvel? And Kevin Feige said that was like, it didn't even get him that. He didn't think about it that much. It's like he was waiting for the question. Someone asked him that question. He was like, yeah, it is. It's going to be the first one. And that first one going to be in Spider-Man. Okay. So I don't know what's going on with all these rumors. I mean, you got Fortune saying he saw the episode. He said Zemo was he speed off in a speedboat at the end of the episode. So why is he speeding off in a speedboat at the end of the episode? Therefore, I'm guessing that he actually used Bucky and Sam to get what he want, and now he's leaving them. I don't know. I'm just basing off what the information they said. and they saying the Cap is back with U.S. agent. That's not a Captain America. The Cap is not back. It's just someone taking up the mantle. I guess it'd be a new Cap. I guess in a way it would be new Cap. I don't know, but you know, to me, Captain America is Steve Rogers. I don't consider him being the new Cap, and Steve Rogers is still alive in the universe. I mean, this reality, which it don't make any sense why he, like, our reality should be on a different reality, because Cap brought the shield from that from that reality. Like, he lived all the way up into this reality, and he brought the shield. Where did the shield come from? From that reality? If he did that from that reality, that means that he messed that reality up. I think he literally messed that reality up when he stayed there, and he brought something back from it, because like the Ancient One was telling Incredible Hulk, Professor Hulk, whatever, that they have to bring those back, those items back. It don't matter if it was yeah, they pretty much screwed that timeline up, because they took them Hank particles. They shouldn't have took that, because he could have been actually using those particles for something, and by them taking that, he wasn't have enough time to actually finish completing what he was completing, and that could actually change the way of that whole reality. So they went back and they changed a whole lot of reality. So right now the whole reality is crazy. But I actually think when the multi madness come out, multiverse of madness, Doctor Strange come out, I think a lot of that will be actually solved, and they'll show a lot of that, you know. But I know a lot of people think Doctor Strange is actually still the Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Strange is not the Sorcerer Supreme, because the mantle wasn't given to him. And at the end of Doctor Strange, Wanda actually said that there's no Sorcerer Supreme here to defend the Earth. So therefore, Dr. Stephen Strange is not the Sorcerer Supreme. Hopefully they make him the Sorcerer Supreme in the second one, in the second movie, because the Book of Vishanti, that when the Ancient One, at least in the comic, the Book of Vishanti, I think I'm saying it right, Vishanti. I know I did say it right then, but when the Ancient One passed away, or something happened to the Ancient One, and they don't pass it to the successor, that book go to its guardian, and is some kind of griffin, like this big griffin looking being that they have to actually fight and defeat in order to get that book. So I'm hoping, and I actually really think that they actually showed the realm of the Vishanti, because if you go back and watch Doctor Strange, I watched Doctor Strange movie heavily, I love it. When you go back and watch Doctor Strange, when the Ancient One popped, like sent Stephen Strange through all those different realities like that, because he was going through those different realities that we just doing in the actual form. You remember when she was saying benevolent, and then she say malice. You know how you like have benevolent, that like nice looking, peaceful looking realm, and then he went to Dormammu. I think that area right there is the Vishanti area where he go get the book. And then, you know, when he was actually coming back to the chair, and he looked like he was going through some skies and like rainbows and stuff, I think that was the Bifrost. I think she literally took him through all those different realities, is connected to our reality. I mean, because even with all those little small hands coming out and stuff like that, that is the nightmare realm. That's why he had, like he was like scared, like terrified, because that is the nightmare realm. And what they say that's supposed to be happening in Doctor Strange 2, multi-universe of madness, nightmare supposed to be coming in there. So those different ones there, those different realities, she sent him through those different realities, you know. So that is exciting. I can't wait to see that. I love seeing that. I can't wait to see the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I hope, like you were saying, true, I hope that the Taskmaster is show up in there, you know, and you know, it's so much that could be shown up in these Marvel films. I just hoping that Marvel don't go over casting with these big so-called A-listers, you know. Because some guy they got playing Silver Surfer. They said, I don't know if it's true. They said confirmed that he's supposed to be playing Silver Surfer. He played in some movie called Bot. I'm Bot Boy or something like that. It was on Amazon. I really didn't care to see him as playing. I mean, you got so many great actors out there and you don't choose this guy. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, because the original one with Fantastic Four, and Fantastic Four, the original Silver Surfer, he was played by this actor, a phenomenal actor. You don't see him in multiple things, but he always played creatures. So you know his name is Doug Jones. Okay, you ever seen the old Hellboy? Not the newest one, but the old Hellboy with Ron Perlman. You remember the fish looking guy, Abe? That was Doug Jones. And Doug Jones played Silver Surfer in the old Fantastic Four movie directed by Tim Story. So I ready for him to be, but he didn't talk for Silver Surfer. They had Lawrence Fishburne. He's the one who was actually talking for Silver Surfer. But for us, like the body and all that, the movement and all that was Doug Jones. And another thing, they saying that with Christian Bale, right? He's saying that he don't want to be with Marvel because he want to be with Marvel, but he don't want to be tied down to 4 or 5 movies. And Kevin Feige, if you're listening, get rid of Christian Bale because we don't need Christian Bale. I don't see why he have the right to actually come in and demand what he's not going to do, he's going to do. Only reason why let's be real here. The reason why a lot of these A-listers is going to these Marvel movies, because you had so much hate about the Marvel movies, right? You had so much hate. You had Mark Scorsese talking about it's not cinema and all that stuff like that, whatever. Then you got like Steven Spielberg bashing. Then you got James Cameron bashing and stuff like that, right? And then you have other supposed to be big A-listers bashing, like Leonardo DiCaprio. He's bashing it and saying that the Marvel movies is terrible. And I think was name. I'm not sure, but I think Spike Lee, he was talking bad about it. When the last time he did actually a great movie? You know what I'm saying? When the last time he actually did one? But any of them. When the last time you've seen Steven Spielberg movie? I think he recently came out with something. That was like a few years ago. But was that Player One movie supposed to be based off video games and stuff like that? And then nobody care about that. I haven't seen that yet. You know what I'm saying? If you did, I heard people said it was good, but I haven't seen that yet because I don't care about that. But yet now all of these A-listers is flooding to Marvel Studios. If I was there, if I was Kevin, I won't even cast none of them. You know what I'm saying? I won't cast none of them. I would actually go cast other people that truly want to be in Marvel. Not because of the paycheck. Because you get that guy from Silver Surfer, and because he's an A-lister, and you get him, he might go in there and make a really bad Silver Surfer, and that would kill the Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer spin-off movies, all of that. Same with Christian Bale. Because me personally, he sucked as Batman. 2 Batmans, I think, was phenomenal with Batman, even though they never truly live up to any Batman movies. But the only person I think has played great Batman was Michael Keaton, yes, and Ben Affleck, which I heard by Ben Affleck, he was saying that he feel like that was the worst thing he ever did or something like that. Which I don't know what's probably going on. I don't know what people probably did to him to make him feel that way. But if he actually listened to me, I would tell him he was like, besides Michael Keaton, he was like the best Batman. But we will see about this Batman coming out now. We will see how he's doing, which I really don't think he don't play a good part unless he's going to surprise like Heath Ledger. If he surprises like Heath Ledger, that would be pretty dope. That would be pretty dope if he's surprised like Heath Ledger. I know I'm getting like a little into it, but hold on one second. All right, True Skills. I got that's pretty much all I have to say on that whole topic because I got the roll. But True Skill, I will be here tomorrow. Around about like 10 p.m. But I try to get in early. So hopefully I've had an Ejeta Kage with me, but if not, I'll be here tomorrow, and hopefully my target is for 10 p.m. Or if I do it like 7 or like I did earlier today, I just come on, and then at this time I probably have a lot more longer time to talk because I'm just getting into it. I'm just feeling this, you know. So thanks for showing up, everybody that show up, and please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And I'll holler at you guys tomorrow. All right. Peace. Thanks for coming out, everyone. Much love. Why? We are comics.